My mom went out for a drive and came back different. I don't think she's my mom anymore. Part 2. Growing up, our house was filled with warmth and laughter, thanks mostly to my mother. She was the kind of person who would leave a sweet note in my lunchbox. And every night, without fail, she would tell me stories of her own childhood until I drifted off to sleep. She was the cornerstone of our family, the guiding light. We were so close, incredibly so. That's why when she returned from her drive that night, the change was so glaringly obvious. Finally mustering the courage, I left my bed and slowly opened the door. The house was unsettlingly silent, as though the house itself was holding its breath. No sign of Mom. The memories of the earlier incidents clouded my mind, like the time I found a sewing needle in my pancakes, or the cold, emotionless gaze she held when she tried to drown me in the sink. These memories gnawed at my sanity. The memories stirred a fear within me, a dread that she might be lurking in some shadowy corner of the house. Without hesitation, I sprinted out the front door and got into my car. I shifted to reverse and sped out of the driveway, not looking back. As the house shrunk in the rearview mirror, a weight seemed to lift off of my shoulders. I called a friend telling them I needed a place to crash for the night, not taking the time to explain everything that happened. But just as that weight of relief lifted from my shoulders, it was immediately replaced with fear upon hearing a voice, one I can't forget. "Honey, why are you leaving?" It came from the back, specifically the trunk. It was my mother, if I can even call her that anymore. I glanced in the rearview mirror. Her eyes, grotesquely wide, stared back. They held no warmth, no motherly love, just a cold, predatory hunger. Panic took over. Not thinking of the consequences, I flung the car door open and threw myself out. I felt the abrasive scrape of the concrete against my skin. The world seemed to spin endlessly until, with a jarring thud, I came to a stop. Lying on the ground, every breath felt like an impossible effort. The bright headlights of a passing car illuminated my battered form, and soon, kind hands were helping me, reassuring words offering solace, all while calling for an ambulance. Later, in the hospital, the doctor informed me of my injuries. Turns out I had broken my left leg and fractured my hip. Thankfully, none were life-threatening. The pain was a constant reminder of the ordeal, but the comfort of the hospital bed and the assurance of safety offered some respite. But then, an unmistakable sound broke the silence. 7 soft, deliberate knocks on my hospital room door. "You can't run anymore," my mother's voice whispered. How did she find me? How did she know? I don't have the strength to move. I fear these might be my last words. If anyone finds this, know that she is not my mother. She's something else, something far more sinister. Goodbye. Okay, Resonators, that's all she wrote. And that story was amazing. I am so freaked out, and honestly, this would be one of my biggest fears. To have somebody that you know and love come back to you and like they're soulless, that would freak me out. Also, I've heard a lot of stories about skinwalkers, and I don't know if this is what this situation is supposed to be, but it kind of felt like it. So anyways, you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this story. Also, let me know if you want to hear more scary stories, because although I get freaked out while reading them, I actually love to do it. So let me know if you guys would like to hear more. Also, guys, I wanted to show you, oh my gosh, this one is super annoying because I want to call it a resin fail only because I didn't check the molds when I was making it. So I made the lid for one of the honey pot jars, and then the base is from one of the mushroom jars. So they just don't fit. I was so mad. So I had to make a new base for the lid and a new lid for the base, blah, blah, blah. So I changed up the base a little bit when I remade it, because you know me, I'm not gonna make the same thing twice. I had to try something different. And I do think this came out overall so pretty. I love this lid. You guys have to let me know what you think about the final results of this jar. And in the next video, I will be showing you guys a new lid for that sparkly pink and purple base that I made. So make sure that you like and subscribe and stay tuned if you want to see that. All right, besties, as usual, I love your faces so much. Thank you so much for being here. Stay kind, stay amazing, and keep on resonating. Peace.